I'm here to talk about our uh, upcoming GAP program. Really going to be focusing on our fall 2022 GAP program in Ecuador, because that is when we are very excited to return to what is our traditional programming model. And, you know, a little bit about Amigos. We believe that we provide sort of transformational gap year experiences by providing students with a lot of independence, but also the tools to become more confident, more culturally competent, and generally more active in their home communities. I'm going to get into a little bit about like how that plays out in our Ecuador program. So the traditional model is essentially a model in which you are able to experience sort of like something that you're passionate about, get it hands-on sort of internship experience in a topic that you really care about, scaffolded with kind of excursions, workshops, and then all while having a really deeply immersive cultural exchange experience by living with a host family. We really kind of believe like that we want you to invest in something that you care about before you get into college or your career, just to kind of know if that's a good fit for you. And you know, what better place to do that than Ecuador? So a little bit of an overview of our program. It is 15 weeks long. It starts out with 1 week of orientation. That is where you are going to be all together with the cohort or the group in kind of an orientation around the program. You will then sort of transition into your host family stay, during which you will have 4 weeks of sort of intensive Spanish classes to really improve your Spanish language skills, as well as a 12-week internship program in an internship that you will like be part of selecting. So I'm going to go a little bit in more detail about these program components. So the in-country orientation is basically a moment for you to sort of dive into like what are the components of this program, understand the location and place you're at, and kind of generally build a group dynamic with your other program participants. It's also the first time you're going to be meeting the partner agency that you're going to be interning with, as well as the host family that you're going to be spending time with. And then that first week is also when your Spanish classes sort of kick off. There's going to be 4 hours of Spanish classes daily. And for the first 2 weeks, it's going to be sort of the in-country orientation plus Spanish classes. And then sort of for the second 2 weeks of the Spanish classes, you have sort of half getting into your internship and half Spanish classes. Apart from that, sort of the excursions are really varied, right? We go to the coast, we go to the highlands, we go to the rainforest in Ecuador. And Ecuador really has a lot of like varied terrain and locations for us to go and visit. The last of these excursions is really sort of at the end of the program. And that is where you'll be kind of debriefing your experience, reflecting and getting kind of closure and sort of thinking about what your next step is. We also have sort of monthly workshops where we bring in experts, Amigos staff to talk about a bunch of different topics around, you know, indigenous food rights, cultural, specific history of the location, different sort of like aspects of where you're at and what you're working on. But then really kind of the heart of our program is in the cultural exchange and meaningful sort of experience and relationships that you build with your host family, as well as the internship that you are sort of opting into. Now, the internship is of your choosing. And so kind of to give you a little bit of a context of like the types of internships that you can work on. We have sort of art and culture, entrepreneurship, environmental sustainability, education, technology and design, and even more than that. But just again, to give you a little context on what those look like and what that process is. Once you sign up for the program, we sort of start to investigate what are your interests, what are you passionate about, And then we work to partner you with a partner organization in Cuenca, Ecuador, where you'll be located. And here are some examples of the types of internships that past participants have done. So, supporting female entrepreneurs, working in a sort of small nonprofit design field, coaching youth sports, anything kind of in between. And really, like, what the main point for us is that you are going to be immersing yourself with a family and also immersing yourself in an organization that's doing really good things in the community. So we sort of are inviting you to come step out of your comfort zone, join us in the fall of 2020. And I'm just going to drop a link to our program page in the chat. So feel free to check that out on your own time. And thank you all so much for your time.